Ladies and gentlemen, what's good, you dick gang? Motherland, man. Thank you for tuning in, man. This your boy, Misterjaay, aka Kwame Boy, your bong boy, your dick, your dewale, your dokung, okay, Kriyo boy, Bazinga Manotasha. What do you do, you dick gang? You guys good? Man, thank you for tuning in and welcome back to yet another episode of Misterjaay's Reaction. Man, disclaimer, this right here, this is a non-musical reaction. You dig? There's something that just popped off in my country, in the city of Buea, the university city, and this is just me going at it. So a couple of guys have been reaching out to Misterjaay, like, yo, Misterjaay, there's a situation happening in your country. You not gonna talk about them, kind of like you won't speak about it. And I'm like, bro, you guys know I always come through. You dig? I have to say what I gotta say. Let me adjust this thing real quick. So, man, before we get started, if you're not done it, pause for a minute, hit that subscribe button, smash that like and that notification, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. Please let the commercial play. So, ladies and gentlemen, motherland, Africa. A couple of hours ago in the city of Buea, where the famous University of Buea is located, a repetition of a situation which killed my friend a couple of months ago in Bamenda, below Funcha. Now, you guys remember, man, when I lost my friend, his name was Jibril. Man, he so keep resting in peace. And I came on my platform and I spoke to you guys about it. That same thing, there was a repeat of that situation in Buea. Now, the story goes as such. A mother who just picked up her daughters from school. I don't know if she was taking them to school or she just, but that is to be verified, you dig? So she was at a police control spot. Stopped there. She probably gave all her documents. But we all know how in Africa shit happens. In Africa, the police force is not there for what the Constitution depicted them to do. They're not there to protect and serve the people. We all know that in Africa, people get, you got a Roja, man. You got in Cameroon, saying choco. You got to pay a bribe. Now, I don't know if this lady wasn't in the mood to pay the bribe. Normally, at any, Western countries, when they stop you and your documents for your car is up to date, is correct, that's the end of the story. In Africa, you might have all your documents, you might have everything. As long as they stopped you, you are supposed to give them a tip. Now, I don't know if they work in a restaurant. Now, I don't know if their superiors tell them to bring in money daily, like that's a conversation for a different day. Or it's just this bad mentality of, this corruption to the bone marrow, that these people think that they are entitled to be tipped every time they stop the car. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know the metrics and what happened after that, but I was told rightfully that the lady took off and was heading home. Of course, if you stop a car, any rational police officer or what, he wasn't even a police officer, he looked like he was in the military outfit. I could be wrong about it, but you should, if somebody stops me right here, you can see who I got behind, right? Smart police officer, smart policing, law enforcement personnel. You gotta look. If they got kids, bro, dial down your anger. Dial down your next step. You gotta be rational about what you're supposed to do next. Unfortunately, in this situation, that's not what happened. So this guy stopped this lady, 2 kids behind, right? Left. And this, I'm guessing that she gave her paperwork and everything, but we're still gonna verify what happened that led to, And I was told that this man went after this lady. And he shot at a moving vehicle. Africa. I know police are not rightfully in their minds across Africa. Nigeria, we've seen videos of police officer killing a driver for not giving them a bribe. Kenya, I've seen that. Zambia, I've seen that. Ghana, we've seen that. Ladies and gentlemen, what will push a law enforcement officer to aim at a moving vehicle after rightfully seeing and knowing that there are two people behind? What were you trying to do? Kill the driver? Or whatever the situation is, your target was to hurt somebody. And it took off the head of this young, beautiful little girl, man. My heart goes out to that family, to that lady who is like, man, she's still in shock. To that mother who just lost a child. A child just got took from her in the how can I say it, unscrupulous, I'm talking about the most macabre way of killing a baby. What is wrong with trying to be educated? This shit touched me so hard because I got a kid, y'all. I don't get it. I do not get it. I like seriously, it's like, I'm glad that the response was immediate, right? So this man blew off this kid's head. But ladies and gentlemen, let's pause for a minute. Let's just pause for a minute. All of these things happening, I would say this and I would repeat this and I would say it again. All of these things is a systemic failed nature of the Cameroon government. You guys will say I'm speaking against the government. I love my country. I love the government. There are good people in the government, and as well as there are bad people in the government. But in politics, we say that longevity in leadership starts to get cracks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know, every Cameroonian should know, and to every African you gotta know, French-speaking African citizens, we all know that to get into some of these public service jobs, man, it's not by meritocracy. It's not. You dig? Because if the government recruits people based on merit, if the government recruited this young man based on the fact that he is sound, educated, he can have good judgments, this man would have known that if a car drives away from you, you just write down the license plate, the make of the car, you dig, the color of the car. And then, of course, every car rides in Cameroon with licenses. You know, you got to have an insurance. You go through that process to verify that car, and then you get the person, the owner of the car. But of course, we are in a, how can I say, banana republic, where everybody in law enforcement is either from one ethnic group or from one part of the country where they speak only their language. Of course, the police, the guy's name, I heard that he was killed. Jungle Justice. I hate to take pleasure in another person's death, but in this case, I applaud the population of Boya. I am not inciting any kind of nothing or hate against. No, there are good law enforcement officers in Cameroon. Big up to them. But you see, we got bad seeds. And these bad seeds are not put there for no, because to be recruited into in law enforcement, to the police, in the army, whatever, in Cameroon, there is an exam, there is a period of training, there is a period of medical, everything. We are supposed to be able to detect probabilities of people going through this process. But because we are in a country where if you got money, you can bribe your way into any government post in Cameroon. I said it on Facebook today underneath, you know, ladies and gentlemen, if today I can leave with $20,000 and I get into Cameroon, if I want to be anything in any Cameroonian government, I can be with a matriculation number and a post. Let me tell you something. We got to keep it real. We got to be honest to ourselves. Stop lying. Stop deceiving yourself. Some people are, oh, this and that. No, you might not be able to believe and agree on these things, but they are facts. There was a Cameroonian politician, Professor Ayene Ateba. This man is he was a political philosopher. He wrote books. He spoke about everything we see today in Cameroon. Professor Ayene Ateba spoke about it, but we were not woke enough to understand it. Some of us now, we are seeing. See, back in the days, man, I am the kind of brother that I like to get into groups like we debate, we talk, we share knowledge. You dig? We stimulate our minds on topics like this. I did politics. You dig? So everything and anything about governance that you want to bring to us, Mr. J, I could break it down for you. I'm not saying that to be proud, but this is a systemic system that has started, a systemic problem, a problem that started from way back in 1961. Somebody posted on Twitter, I don't know how we got to this stage, and I broke it down to them. 1961, 2 parts of Cameroon accepted on the federal system of governance. Constitution. What happened after that? Another part started trying to break it down. Systematically. They vehemently went at every thing to do with federalism in federation in Cameroon. Or they say unitary. So from 1961, we landed on the Fumban Conference. 1961, they started, pressuring John Goufoncha. May he so rest in peace. He was the prime minister of English-speaking Cameroon. English-speaking Cameroon was run perfectly well. Okay, when they were part of Nigeria, they said, okay, let's play basic, let's join our brothers, but then it has to be federal. But see, all along, these folks already knew what they had in mind. So when you look at from 1961 to the situation today, some of you might think that I digress. Now, you can see step by step what is leading to today. And I would say this, ladies and gentlemen, we have had enough. I'm talking about the population of the English-speaking part of Cameroon have had enough of these bad governance. Now, my call to the government is this, bro. I respect my government, patriotic to my country, but I'm gonna say this, please do your jobs. Before you hire any person for any position, make sure that these people have good judgment, good character. These people can actually work with integrity, which is something that we all know that in Africa has been lacking with civil servants. My heart goes out to the family once again. Don't take it lying down. The population and the jungle justice, I don't support that, but in this situation, with a little girl being took like that, it was necessary. And I pray that the governor of Southwest region needs to handle this properly. There are going to be more and more situations like this. My friend in Bamenda below Funcha, Jibril was shot, same way. Stop point, he was heading home, you shot from the back. That's coward. I don't know, you were just being a coward. All your training in Kutaba, all your training to become who you are, it's rubbish. Of course, we all know that people bribe not to have these training, because a decent law enforcement officer who went through all the checklist of being where he's at to wearing that uniform, he respects that uniform. You dig? That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. It's a sad situation. I do sincerely hope that this doesn't happen again. Kids need to be protected. Citizens need to be protected. There's something called the social contract. The governed, you dig, and the person governed and the leader, when they hand you that mandate to protect them, you are not supposed to breach it. You are supposed to stick by it. But we've seen that being broken over and over again. And yet these people, man, you send the prime minister to go and try, and with things like this, you think that the crisis is going to end? Wake up, man. Wake up. I'm out of here. Be good. Be nice, man. Peace.